Hey there, you're listening to The Quint.
हमारे बाद इस महफिल में अफसाने बयां होंगे, हमारे बाद इस महफिल में अफसाने बयां होंगे। बहारें हमको ढूंढेंगी, बहारें हमको ढूंढेंगी, न जाने हम कहाँ होंगे।
एक ऐसा इंसान जो अपने में कई इंसान और इंस्टीट्यूशन समेटे हुए था, हिंदुस्तान आज ऐसे शख्स के गुजर जाने पर गम मना रहा है। The monumental actor, the king of Indian cinema, Dilip Kumar passed away on the morning of 7th July at the age of 98. Born as Yusuf Sarwar Khan on 11th December 1922, Dilip Saab was known to have shaped Hindi cinema, which is the biggest cinema in the world. He belonged to the triumvirate along with Raj Kapoor and Dev Anand, who taught the leading men how to lead. I'm your host Fabeha Sayyed, and I'm bringing you a special episode of the Big Story podcast where we pay homage to a legend whose passing away truly marks an end of an era for India. In the words of another veteran, Amitabh Bachchan, whenever the history of Indian cinema will be written, it shall always be before Dilip Kumar and after Dilip Kumar. It's an emotion that could be heard loud in many messages from Dilip Saab's fans today. Tributes poured in from his fans from across industries, politics, entertainment, sports, and even continents. Most remembering the icon and the rich legacy he left behind him for filmmakers and actors. A man who is loved by people across borders and continents. आखिर दिलीप साहब किस तरह की हस्ती थी और उनके जाने पे इतना गम क्यों हो रहा है? ऐसा क्यों लग रहा है कि एक पर्सनल लॉस है? Any lover of Indian cinema would be able to tell you. In this podcast, you'll hear film critic and writer Aseem Chabra, who tells us why his passing away feels like a personal loss.
Well, it's always a personal loss because I think we start to associate ourselves with the actors because we watch them. That's how Dilip Kumar's roles have stayed with us. So yeah, it is sad. It's tragic. Although he was in his late 90s, but losing somebody at any death is sad.
You'll also hear actor Sharmila Tagore, who recounts what was it like to meet the man himself.
Well, he was a very gracious and a very dignified person.
And then in this podcast, you'll also hear Gulzar Saab, who has worked as an assistant to one of Dilip Saab's movies, Sangharsh in 1968. Gulzar Saab याद करते हैं कैसे दिलीप साहब की उर्दू बहुत ही खूबसूरत थी.
वो दिलीप साहब को जानते थे, हम काफी करीब से जानते थे. हम असिस्टेंट थे वो, ही वाज अ सीनियर एंड उनकी जबान थी, लेकिन उर्दू उनकी जबान थी.
But how to remember a beautiful man? How to mourn the passing away of a man who epitomized what Hindi cinema is? लेकिन इसे समझने के लिए ये समझना जरूरी है that how he became Dilip Kumar from Yusuf Khan. Dilip Kumar was born as Muhammad Yusuf Khan to Lala Ghulam Sarwar Khan and Aisha Begum. Film writer Khalid Muhammad writes about Dilip Kumar for The Quint, and I'll leave the link to his detailed article about Dilip Saab. He writes that he belonged to a family of fruit merchants in Mumbai's Crawford Market who had witnessed a downward curve. As a 17-year-old boy, Dilip Saab manned a sandwich stall in Pune's Wellington Club. The British ladies affectionately named him Chico, and it's a nickname which was picked up by his wife Saira later. But the story of his another name, Dilip Kumar, involves the first female superstar of Hindi cinema, and that is Devika Rani. If it wasn't for Devika Rani, he wouldn't have become the star he was. In 1942, Yusuf Khan met Devika Rani of Bombay Talkies. उन्हें लगता था कि दिलीप कुमार नाम से शायद उतना स्टारडम ना मिले, लोग शायद फिल्में उतनी शौक से देखने के लिए नहीं आए, इसलिए पहले ये सजेस्ट किया गया कि दिलीप कुमार का नाम बदलकर जहांगीर रख देंगे. लेकिन जहांगीर में वो मजा नहीं था. फिर इनको नाम सजेस्ट किया गया दिलीप कुमार, एंड बिकॉज इट साउंडेड सिंपल एंड इजी टू से, इसीलिए तब से यूसुफ खान बन गए दिलीप कुमार. Devika Rani then cast him in his first film Jawar Bhata. However, Kumar's breakthrough came with Andaz in 1949. The film also starred Raj Kapoor and Nargis, and after that there was no looking back. दिलीप साहब की एक फिल्म का नाम लेते हैं 100 जहन में आती हैं. Films such as Halchal, Jogan, Devdas, Madhumati saw Dilip Kumar rule the box office in the 1950s, but the biggest success of them all remains K. Asif's epic Mughal-e-Azam. The Dilip Kumar-Madhubala romance continued off-screen too, but the celeb couple had a bitter breakup, and then they never worked together after Mughal-e-Azam. कहा जाता है कि दिलीप कुमार और मधुबाला की इस अधूरी प्रेम कहानी में मधुबाला के फादर का बहुत बड़ा रोल है. But the king bounced back. With a career spanning more than half a century, Dilip Kumar worked in some of Hindi cinema's best movies. He was also recipient of some of the most prestigious awards and honors like Dada Saheb Phalke Award, Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan and Nishan-e-Imtiyaz. Nishan-e-Imtiyaz is one of the state-organized civil decorations of the state of Pakistan. पाकिस्तान हो या इंडिया, दिलीप साहब ने हर उस इंसान को इम्प्रेस किया है, उसकी जिंदगी में एक तरह की छाप छोड़ी है कि जहन में एक यादगार बन के रह गए हैं जिससे वो मिले हैं. एक्टर शर्मिला टैगोर उन्हें किस तरह याद कर रही हैं, जरा सुनिए.
Well, he was a very gracious and a very dignified person. I remember when I first came to Bombay, I wanted to meet him because I was a fan of his. And I told Shakti ji that please, mujhe mila do. And Shakti ji didn't. But then I became friendly with, as it happened, I got to know his sisters, Saida. And Saida took me to meet him, and I became very tongue-tied. And he was so charming, and he put me at my ease. He said that he had seen Opur Shamshad, and he was aware of Ray. And Ray, as you know, also said that he was the best method actor that he had ever known. That was Ray's compliment to Dilip Kumar. And I believe he was offered the role of Omar Sharif in Lawrence of Arabia also. And I'm very happy to have had the opportunity to work with him. He was also kind of a person that the industry listened to. Because every time that there was a kind of flood or, any kind of national calamity or natural calamity, there was fundraising. So Raj Saab, of course, was, Raj Saab, Devanand and Yusuf Saab. They were all stars. But Yusuf Saab was different because he only worked in one film at a time. And he didn't, I don't think, become a producer and a director. So his identity was just an actor. And also when these fundraisers, they organized cricket matches, Raji also included. There's a wonderful picture of Tiger being the umpire in a cricket match and talking to Chintu, aged 18 or something. So they used to do a lot of these things, and every time, there is that iconic picture that you must have seen with the entire industry, from Feroz Khan to Raj Kapoor to Dilip Kumar, and I'm also there, and Saira Ji and B.R. Chopra, everything. So that was the kind of unity the industry had then. And they came together under one umbrella, and often we've met at Dilip Kumar's house to discuss matters of Cine Workers Welfare Association, how to work with the etc., whatever the situation was. So all that Dilip Kumar used to preside and give us lovely samosas and hot tea and So he was interested in that. And also there was another aspect to him. He was very, very good in sports. I remember when we were shooting for Dastan, there was a badminton court at the back of Chopraji's house, which later became a dubbing theatre. So it was an indoor badminton court where Yusuf Saab used to play, and even I played with him badly, of course, but I think Ravi used to play with him. So, he had some exercise and he was very good. Then he later became a member of Bombay Gymkhana. Then he played chess. I remember once we had gone to Khandala for Anupama's shooting, and he had the room next to us. Tiger also was visiting me at that time. And so Tiger and he played chess, and Tiger sort of came back so impressed. He said, "Oh God, he beat me thoroughly," all the couple of games that he played. And his knowledge about cricket, Tiger was very impressed with him.
Larger than life, this is how anybody who has watched his films remembers his presence. And it's only natural for any young actor to idolize him. ऐसे ही एक एक्टर हैं जिन्हें बॉलीवुड का एंग्री यंग मैन कहा जाता है. अगर दिलीप साहब किंग ऑफ ट्रेजेडी थे तो अमिताभ बच्चन एंग्री यंग मैन. Over the years, he has frequently talked about the impact Dileep Saab has had on his life and the everlasting effect on his career. He wrote on his blog, उनका एक ब्लॉग है, आप जाके पढ़ सकते हैं. उस पे एक बहुत ही मोहब्बत के साथ लिखी हुई पोस्ट है दिलीप कुमार के बारे में, जिसमें वो एक किस्सा बयान करते हैं कि जब दिलीप साहब से वो ऑटोग्राफ लेना चाहते थे तो उनके आसपास की भीड़ को देखकर किस तरह से उन्होंने स्टेशनरी की दुकान पर जाकर एक नोटपैड खरीदा था. He wrote on his blog that while studying in a hostel, he broke boundaries and hostel rules to go see Dilip Kumar's films night after night. लेकिन दिलीप साहब को मोहब्बत फिल्म इंडस्ट्री के सर्कल के बाहर भी मिली है, एंड विद दिस आई मीन हिज प्रेजेंस इन द पॉलिटिकल सर्कल्स. दिलीप साहब आल्सो सर्व्ड एज अ पॉलिटिशियन फॉर अ ब्रीफ पीरियड इन हिज लाइफ, और ये दौर था 2000 से लेकर 2006 तक के बीच, व्हेन ही वाज नॉमिनेटेड बाय द इंडियन नेशनल कांग्रेस एज अ मेंबर ऑफ द राज्यसभा फ्रॉम महाराष्ट्र. ही इज आल्सो रिमेंबर्ड फॉर हाउ ही ओपनड हिज हाउस फॉर रिलीफ वर्क व्हेन मुंबई वाज गोइंग थ्रू कम्युनल वायलेंस इन 1993. अ मेगास्टार, अ लेजेंड एंड अ ह्यूमैनिटेरियन. Listen to Aseem Chabra, film writer, who tells us why does it feel like a personal loss? ऐसा क्यों लग रहा है कि आपका कोई अपना गुजरा है?
Well, it's always a personal loss because I think we start to associate ourselves with the actors because we watch them on the screen and they affect us, and whether we enjoy their performances, whether we laugh with them or whether we cry with them, and we take back, when we remember films again, and sometimes we see them again, but when we remember films again, we actually remember those actors. Why we like the film was because of those actors and how they perform, and that's how Dilip Kumar's roles have stayed with us. So yeah, it is sad. It's tragic. Although he was in his late 90s, but losing somebody at any death is sad. He was in cinema for like 5-6 decades, probably more, from the time when he had smaller roles and he became a big star in the 40s and 50s and 60s. And even in the 70s when there were other actors emerging, he still continued to act. He was a very, very fine, very, very understated, very fine actor. And that makes a lot of difference because, in these cinema, actors tend to be very over the top. All emotions are expressed in much more louder way. But Dilip Kumar had a very, very sort of a subdued way of doing his performances. A lot of the characters he played were tragic characters. Often they would die, or there was a lot of tragedy in their lives in any case. And so, there have been generation of people from my parents' generation, and even probably before that to now. Everyone's been very well aware of him. I mean, he was probably the senior most person in the Indian film industry, who just passed away, and the fact that he won a Padma Bhushan and then Padma Vibhushan and Dada Saheb Phalke Award, and I think 8 or 9 times he got Filmfare Awards. That is remarkable. Obviously, he achieved a lot in life, and then all of the success came his way. Yeah. So I hope actually his death will make, especially the younger generation, people who are watching, Ranveer Singh kind of films, to go back and probably watch some of Dilip Kumar's films like Ganga Jamuna and Andaz, which was until recently playing on Movie, for instance. Many of his other films, I'm sure, are available on Amazon Prime. Tends to have a lot of older Indian films, and I think people need to discover him and his as an actor, because he was a terrific performer. I mean, Mughal-e Azam, for instance, my God, what a grand film it is. And people of my generation, my parents' generation, remember that film, but I think younger generations need to visit that film and discover Dilip Kumar.
Dilip Kumar, who started his stint in films as a scriptwriter for Bombay Talkies, was well versed in writing dialogues and scenes in Urdu. गुलजार साहब से खास बातचीत में उन्होंने बताया है कि दिलीप साहब खुद शायरी भी करते थे. अब पॉडकास्ट में आपके लिए एक ऐसा इंटरव्यू चलाते हैं जिसमें you'll hear गुलजार साहब in conversation with the Quint's entertainment editor सुरेश मैथ्यू. गुलजार साहब दिलीप साहब के बारे में कहते हैं कि उर्दू उनकी जबान थी. His medium was Urdu.
कि वो दिलीप साहब को जानते थे, हम काफी करीब से जानते थे, हम असिस्टेंट थे, वो ऑलवेज ही वाज अ सीनियर एंड उनकी जबान थी, लेकिन उर्दू उनकी जबान थी
जी।
मतलब हिज मीडियम वाज उर्दू पुश्तो, क्योंकि पठान थे, पेशावर से थे, तो नाजरी जबान पुश्तो थी, तो पुश्तो होने की वजह से फारसी जानते थे, और फारसी इज पर्शियन,
राइट।
जानने की वजह से उर्दू बहुत ही खूबसूरत थी, उर्दू का तलफ्फुज बड़ा सही था, उसके प्रोनाउंसिएशन सारे के सारे बहुत खूबसूरत थे।
जी।
और जाहिर है कि जिस फैमिली से आए थे उस फैमिली में उर्दू जबान की रवायत कहूँ या रवाज कही कि आपस में घर में भी बोलते तो उर्दू ही जबान थी ना, या पुश्तो थी, पुश्तो भी वो उर्दू फारसी और उसके बीच में है एक और
अच्छा।
जबान है, बड़े खूबसूरत जबान है पुश्तो, तो मैंने सुनी है, पठानों से वैसे भी सुनी है। उर्दू के रिश्ते की वजह से उनकी जबान खूबसूरत थी और खुद लिख लेते थे उर्दू जबान में।
अच्छा।
मतलब जो स्क्रिप्ट इस्तेमाल करते थे खुद लिखते थे, जब वो अक्सर याद करने के लिए, डायलॉग याद करने के लिए भी उर्दू ही लिखते थे, उर्दू स्क्रिप्ट ही में लिखते थे।
अच्छा।
हाँ, और वो याद कर लेते थे और खुद भी उसमें एडिशन भी कर लेते थे। और वो मशहूर था कि दिलीप साहब अपने सीन लिखते हैं,
अच्छा।
अपने सीन याद करने के लिए लिखते थे और शौक था लिखने का भी। और बाकी उनसे नजीर अकबर आबादी की नज़में हमने लंबी लंबी सुनी है।
अच्छा।
बहुत खूबसूरत रेसिटेशन पोएट्री का। So somewhere this has been a tradition with the whole of Punjab and North-West frontier.
ओके ओके।
हाँ, इन दोनों जगहों का, इसलिए उनका, और वो कोट भी कर लिया करते थे, अच्छे शेर कोट किया करते थे, लेकिन उनकी कोटेशंस में नजीर अकबर आबादी बहुत थे।
अच्छा।
हाँ, नजीर अकबर आबादी को बहुत शौक से पढ़ा था उन्होंने।
ओके।
कई दफा कई सेशंस में, जैसे संघर्ष के टाइम पे टुगेदर, आई नेचुरली एज ए राइटर एंड एज एन असिस्टेंट, तो रविंद्र साहब के साथ जब हम संघर्ष की स्क्रिप्ट पे बेंगलोर में थे एट वन टाइम, तो उस दौरान मैं उनसे बहुत सुनी नज़में, हमने नसीब साहब।
दिलीप साहब के साथ एक दौर चला गया है, लेकिन ऐसे लेजेंड्स के जाने के बाद भी वो नहीं जाते हैं, बिकॉज द लेगेसी दैट दिलीप साहब हैज लेफ्ट बिहाइंड इज अ रिमाइंडर दैट ही विल ऑलवेज लिव। जब तक हिंदी सिनेमा है तब तक दिलीप साहब हमेशा रहेंगे। अलविदा टू साहिब आलम।
हमारे बाद इस महफिल में अफसाने बयां होंगे, हमारे बाद इस महफिल में अफसाने बयां होंगे। बहारें हमको ढूंढेंगी, बहारें हमको ढूंढेंगी, न जाने हम कहाँ होंगे।